And one of the ones that when you kind of think of those chronic conditions that you have to learn to live with, I read your blog about tinnitus, that you worked with someone to relieve tinnitus, that ringing or buzzing in the ears. And I know a number of people who suffer from tinnitus, and according to the Mayo Clinic, they say that many times it can't be cured, but the symptoms can be treated to make it more manageable. So can you maybe just, just to wrap things up, just tell us a little bit about that case? And yeah.
This is actually my husband's case. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And he gave me the permission to share and to encourage other people to not lose hope and to deal with this. And I have plenty of clients with, I don't know, you say tinnitus, I say tinnitus, okay, in Latin. No problem. Because you know how I say us psychotherapists are like plumbers, if you're good, the word of mouth goes a long way, and it's soon everybody knows that you're doing something good. It's job well done is your best advertisement. So I have a colleague who is the ear, nose, and throat doctor, and once he saw that I can alleviate the symptoms or sometimes even cure the whole situation, the whole state, I'm getting lots and lots of clients with this issue. But I started with my husband. Yeah, he's a sound engineer, and he had a severe ringing in his ears, and it really bothered him because he couldn't record all the sounds and or the music that he wanted to in a proper and quality manner. And I offered him my help. And this is very important, okay? You cannot do anything because you want to. Always the client has to has to be motivated and open himself or herself up to the guide. You cannot do anything by force. And he said, yes, please help me if you can, because this is driving me nuts. He even slept with the radio on the short waves, so that it masked the ringing in his ears. And actually, the apps that they are selling now do just that. They have some sort of white noise that mask the ringing or the noises in the ears. So back to the story. Once we started working on this noise with him, as this was, I think, one of my first psychosomatic cases. I went from how did he perceive the noise, so the metaphor of the whole situation, and it soon we soon began to peel the layers. Okay, once we alleviated the whole how he perceives the noise in his body, he remembered that the ringing started when he went into a concert, and the music there was very loud and it bothered him, but he didn't react to this uncomfortable situation, but stayed in the concert, and of course the ears reacted. But once we lifted the experience of the concert with the sentences, he remembered that he went to the concert after being in Chernobyl, and because he was doing a documentary for BBC at that time, and they went into the hospital where the children affected by the radiation lived, like an orphanage, and they had lots of consequences, and it hit him really hard. So the children were really suffering and living in terrible conditions. So this was the emotional, let's say, ground on which the concert then fell on. It's like a seed falling onto a fertile land. Okay, so he went to Chernobyl, saw all these terrible things, came back all shaken up, went to the concert. There was the noise, and then it resulted in the ringing. Of course, this was a part of it, but each time he was stressed, the ringing became louder. So the stress component is also very important. So now the story comes together, okay? There is usually some emotional situation that is like, as I said, the fertile land. Then there's some one event that is like this seed that falls onto the fertile ground. And then there is the stress that aggravates the whole situation from time to time. And then there's the pessimistic scenario. Oh my God, I will never be able to sleep. I will be always like that. Won't be able to do my job. So part of the energy is stuck in the past. Part of the energy is stuck in the present, but a lot of it is also stuck in the future. And as we do with logosynthesis, yeah, how does Willem put it? We slice the salami until we eat it. Okay, so this is an example of this. And just to bring you up to date, this was quite a lot of years ago. Sasha still, so my partner still has some tinnitus, but only when he works too hard. And as one of my clients beautifully put it, he said, well, you know, after all this time, I think of it as my sound. This is what I sound like when I'm in distress. And this is my alarm. So when this sound comes up, I know it's telling me, take care of yourself. You're pushing too hard. You're trying too hard. And when I shared this with Sasha, he said, this is gorgeous. And, you know, it immediately was not, let's say, a nuisance anymore, but it was like a new partner at work, okay? So it completely changed the perspective. And this is what logosynthesis does. Yeah, it's not, it's about the frame of reference. How do you, it's about the context, you know, what before was a nuisance is now a help, okay?